Hey everybody, John Soriano here, coming to you live from Orlando, Florida. Go Orlando City. And we're actually wearing this shirt to represent the city of Orlando today. And I wanted to do this Facebook Live for everybody that's in the area of Orlando, of Central Florida, all of Florida, really, at some point in time. We're going to be expecting a major hurricane. For those of you who have not heard about this, unless you've been out of the country, I guess. But even the BBC's been reporting about it. Hurricane Irma is heading our way to Florida, and it's going to be a wild ride for us, depending where you're at on the peninsula. But the storm itself takes up the entire state on satellite imagery. So no matter where you are in the state of Florida, you're going to be getting impacted to some degree. Now, that being said, there's ways to handle the fear and anxiety that's going to be coming with this. Understanding, of course, and not minimizing that it is a major hurricane. There's still things you could do to de-escalate yourself. EFT is one of the best ones, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I'm going to do pretty simple. Hey, everybody. I'm going to do pretty simple language and some simple ways of going through the EFT process, and we're not going to be digging too deep for obvious reasons, because this isn't really the venue for that, but just to give you a way to deal with everything. Now, first and foremost, before I even get to that, if you really want to start dealing with the fear and anxiety that's coming from the hurricane, all right, hopefully by now, and if you haven't, see if you can still get one, you have a weather radio, okay? If you have a weather radio with battery backup, that's pretty much all you're going to need to figure out what's going on, all right? If you must watch TV to see what's going on weather-wise, please limit yourself to 5 minutes only, okay? Or until, thanks, Craig, that means a lot, thank you. Limit yourself to 5 minutes only, or until you get your local forecast, because depending on where they are, some stations will break it down to counties, if you need to wait to see what your effects are going to be in your county. And then turn it off, okay? Because the media hype for this is astronomical. This is what weathermen live for, and they're going to be giving nothing but worst case scenarios. Now, I get it. There's a fine balance. They want to have people safe and all that, and I get that, and I understand that. However, being glued to the weather reports 24/7 is not going to help you, and it's not going to change the track of anything. So for your own emotional well-being, okay, either rely on a weather radio exclusively, or if you need to watch the local broadcast, watch it for 5 minutes, turn it off. The National Hurricane Center, just so you know, at this point is still only updating the forecast and forecast tracks at 11 p.m. and 5, okay, on the 11s and on the 5s. As the storm gets closer, they'll probably do that maybe every 3 hours or so, but it's not they're not updating it 24/7. So if at the top of the hour you want to go and you want to watch it for a few minutes, cool. Find out what you need to find out and then turn it off, okay? Do your preps. Depending where you are, will greatly depend on what prep you need to do. But do your preps and then focus and ground. Focus and ground, okay? The storm will be what the storm will be. But now we're going to go through the EFT process to help go through this. And I'm going to use, again, some pretty generalish language. It's not, how could I put this? It's not purist EFT, I guess, in a sense, because I'm not looking for a specific aspect or memory or anything like that. We're just going to deal with things as they are. For those of you who are not familiar with EFT, I'm going to go through a very quick tutorial here on how to do it. I'm not going to teach any background or anything on it. I'm just going to do what it is. So basically, we're going to use the body's trigger points, okay, to help create change in how you're feeling emotionally. How that works is another discussion for another time, okay? This is kind of meatball surgery, down and dirty kind of stuff that we're going to do here today, but we want to get a result and get it quickly, all right? So we're going to begin on the side of the hand, right, which is called the side of the hand. We throw it into that, right? Used to be called the karate chop point. Now it's side of the hand. We'll start there with something called a setup phrase. It's something that we'll repeat once, maybe twice. And then we're going to use reminder phrases. Yeah, Janine, I am ready. I hope you're ready too. You stay safe too, my friend. Then we'll start going through points as we use reminder phrases. And it's going to look just like this. All right, that's about all it's going to look like. All right. And under the arm. And I like to use the wrist as well. All right, that's what it's going to look like. So you'll say what I say, preferably out loud. And you're in the privacy of your own home, so no one's seeing this. All right. And no one's going to be hearing you. But we're going to go through the process. Okay. So let's just take a breath. In and out. And just start feeling and noticing where you are. All right. Just notice your weight in the chair. And notice your feet on the floor. There you go. Just focusing on the breath for a moment. Just realizing past is past. Future is not here yet. Even when regarding storms, the future is still a mystery. All we really have is this present moment. And okay. Now, I'm going to say some phrases, like I said, as we go around. If you're feeling something specific, use that. Okay. So for example, if I'm going around, I'm saying, even though I'm scared of the hurricane, and you're thinking more of, even though I'm afraid my house is going to flood, use that. Okay. You don't have to use exactly the words that I'm saying if you have something else specific in mind. Okay. So ready? Let's begin. Tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I'm scared of what Hurricane Irma might do, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I'm very scared and anxious, not knowing exactly what the storm is going to bring, not knowing if I'm prepared enough, seeing all the images and all the announcements of danger on TV, I'm scared and I'm anxious. And that's okay. And I love and accept myself anyway. Top of the head, this fear and anxiety. Eyebrow, this fear and anxiety. Side of the eye, this fear and anxiety. Under the eye, this fear and anxiety. Whew. Under the nose, this fear and anxiety. Chin, this fear and anxiety. Collarbone, this fear and anxiety. Under the arm, this fear and anxiety. And the wrist, this fear and anxiety. And take a deep breath again. And away. Now, shame on me. You're so caught up with tutorial, I forgot to have you assess at the beginning what your intensity level was. So guessing what it was before we started on a 0 to 10 scale, 0 meaning nothing, 10 means I'm sending a chopper out to get you. Guess what it was before we started. That's my bad for forgetting that. I'm still a little bit scattered myself, getting things prepped and ready myself. So forgive me for that. Okay. And now evaluate where you're at now compared to what you think it was before. On a 0 to 10. Okay. And anybody who's live on here at the moment, if you want to share whether your anxiety number went down or what have you, just type it in. Just noticed my cursor was on the finish button. That's a dangerous place to be. Okay. So, reevaluate and know how you know you might still be fearful or anxious. All right. Notice where you're feeling it. Okay. We have sound on this, I'm assuming, right? Let me check the mic there. We have sound on this, right? Anybody just say, hey, let me know. So I've done that once. Okay. So reevaluate how you know, 0 to 10, where you're at now. Okay. Know that you know. Even though I have this fear and anxiety about the storm, I deeply and completely accept myself. Oh, good, it's going down. So it used to be, let's stop for a second. It used to be when Gary Craig first started teaching this, on the subsequent rounds, you would go, even though I still have this fear and anxiety, he's since dropped that, but I like to use it. So we're going to do that now. Even though I still have this fear and anxiety, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I still have this fear and anxiety about the storm and what's going to happen, I deeply and completely accept myself. Still have this fear and anxiety. 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 Take a deep breath. And out. Okay. Reevaluate again. For example, Dawn, you went from an 8 to a 6. So it was a 6 before. Reevaluate where it would be now. Okay. Hopefully we're all moving down in numbers in the right direction. And we're going to test this in a second. I'm going to do something that an NLP would call future pacing, because they can't really put you in the storm right now. If I had that kind of power, I'd be moving it offshore, right? So reevaluate where you are. We're going to test this in a second as best we can using future pacing, okay? All right. And if anyone wants to type in what their new number is and whether it went up or down, hopefully it went down. Okay, so at this point, I think most of you would agree with me that what's really getting you, one of the triggers, let's put it that way, of what's getting you hyped up right now is the media. It's the weather coverage, right? And people being forced evacuations, all that stuff, right? That's the trigger right now. So we're going to use that to future pace, okay? So, and to try and test this out. So I want you, everybody, to close your eyes for a second, and I want you to imagine you're seeing the TV or wherever you hear the media, all right? And you're seeing or hearing the forecast, all right? And you're seeing that track map with coming right over Florida. In fact, you probably think you see your home address right in the eye of that track, right? Now, notice your reaction. And if it's spiked up, if it jumped by seeing that, tune into that for a second. Got it? And just start here. This feeling of fear. 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 Breath in again. Okay. Now, let's go back and test again. What we're looking for here, okay, is probably not a 0. Let's be truthful. You're going to be a little bit keyed for this. And that's okay. right? If you're at a 1 or a 2, maybe even up to a 3, you're cool. All right. I mean, it's a major storm, right? You want to be a little bit keyed up because it helps you be a little bit of awareness and what have you, right? So that's okay. That's fine. So reevaluate again. Having seen that and tap, we're going to go back again. See the media coverage, see the track on TV, and notice what's different in your reaction now. Okay. Hopefully, it hasn't spiked up in severity. You're just kind of like, wow, okay, that's a little ugly, and I have to make sure I'm prepared. Okay. Because the key to doing this is to get you out of a state of panic, in lieu of a better word, right? So you don't want this on you 24/7 until the storm goes through. All right, that's just not going to help you. Trust me, I'm in here with you guys, right? I wanted to do this for a couple of reasons. One was because I know so many people that will be going through this in the next 48 hours. And two, I'm right here with you guys. All right. I am in Florida. I'm in Orlando. I've watched the track change from me going, whew, that was close, to, oh, it has my home address on it. So I get it. Totally get it. That's why I wanted to do this for you guys and with you guys, because I kind of needed this myself, to be truthful. I said, why not just you too, my brother? You be safe too, Donald. So that's that. So hopefully you're at a point where it's, 1, 2, or 3 when you see the forecast. Okay. So that being said, I want to give you one more gift, if I can. Some people who know me may know, they may not know that I've been Reiki trained as well as other things that I do. In case of which you don't know, if you don't know what Reiki is an energy healing modality as well. And it's known for its calming effects. It's used in a variety of places for a variety of reasons. Now, again, this isn't the time for me to get into the you're into your Home Depot. Good luck. This isn't the time for me to explain how this works and all this works. But if you would like to, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a very brief, because my particular system of Reiki that I'm trained in only takes about 3 minutes, give or take, for a completed treatment to happen. All you need to do, if you want to experience this and experience the relaxation of it, is to just close your eyes when I tell you to, and just affirm to yourself and set the intention that you wish to receive the Reiki that John is sending. And I will do that for however long I feel the flow. Shouldn't be more than 3 minutes. And then, we'll take it from there. So if we wish to do that right now, just close your eyes. Set the intention that you wish to receive the energy, the Reiki energy that I'm sending now. And I also set my intention that the Reiki energy will stay with this video for all who watch it in future time. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and relax. Okay. The transmission of the Reiki is now complete. If anyone experienced anything from the Reiki, I would love for you to share it in the comments now. I always love feedback. Okay. So, tune in, everybody. See how you're doing now. Overall. Hopefully you're a lot calmer and a lot more relaxed than you were before. Understanding that you're still going to be a little bit keyed up as you continue your preparations. I have some more prep to do myself. I'm probably over-preparing some, but I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared. So I'll be putting boards up and such later on. So this will probably be my last... You're very welcome, Dawn. Thank you. This will probably be my last hit on Facebook, probably before everything starts going down, depending what tomorrow's like. Maybe I might jump on tomorrow, but who knows? We'll see where I am in prep. Couldn't believe I woke up to rain this morning. I was like, really? Already? So, okay. Hopefully everyone's better off than they were before. This will be on my timeline, so if you missed most of it, you can catch it as soon as it processes and posts. So for everybody who is in the path, all my fellow Floridians in particular, God bless you all. Be safe. And for everyone else in the Facebook universe, I will see you on the flip side.